I'm going to go to some phone calls. Let's go to Lisa first. Lisa, thanks for calling Garrard McClendon Live. What's your comment?
Yes, I just wanted to ask Cook County Board President Todd Stroger about the signs. He say they are markers, but them signs are stationary. I've been seeing them signs for years. And why we can't save that money on $120,000 on those signs and hire people to stand out there and mark the markings for the contractors or whatever they coming out to do.
Okay, Lisa, thanks for the call. We appreciate it. You want to reiterate again?
Well, the signs that we're talking about would be the new blue signs. These would be county markers that if you called the highway department, you could say, I'm at W65 or something, and they'd know exactly where you're talking about. So these are actually new.
Okay. Let's take TJ next. TJ, thanks for calling Garrard McClendon Live. You're on the line. What's your comment?
Yes, first of all, good afternoon to both of you gentlemen. But I had two comments, and one of them is too much of anything is bad as far as the high concentration of Democrats in this area. Too much of anything is bad. And another thing, as far as the signs are concerned, it's real simple. Just follow the money. What company made the sign?
Hey, TJ, thanks for the call. We appreciate it. Cook County Board President Todd Stroger, who made the signs, who got paid?
You know, I read in the newspaper that it was some company, Remco or something of that nature. All these are through bids. We don't actually go out and say, Garrard, come on, we want you to make the signs.
Come on, hook a brother up now.
We can't do it. What we do is we ask people to submit a bid saying what they can do and how much it will cost. And almost always we take the lowest bidder. And the only reason we wouldn't if they didn't meet some kind of criteria, like maybe minority participation or something of that nature.
Okay, Western Remac Incorporated is the company. You know, I mentioned earlier in the show, Mr. Stroger, that when I was diagnosed with cancer a few years ago, I went through chemotherapy, you know, a silicone implant in my Adam's apple so I could speak again. My bills were in excess of $120,000. $120,000 to save a human being, you know. What would you do, Mr. Stroger, with the $120,000 that I feel was wasted on these signs? If we had $120K right here, what would be the first? It's not that much money, but what would be the first thing you do?
Well, I'll tell you, this is what I do all the time, and that's make sure that the hospital system, the Cook County hospital system, is intact. So we have the largest cancer center in the state. We see people all the time, and if you go and you talk to the doctors and the patients, you'll find that they get great treatment there. So, you know, I take our responsibility of health care very seriously, and if dollars aren't spent wisely, it affects me. Yeah. Because I know what healthcare is about. I had prostate cancer. And, you know, I was shocked. I was 43, and I was like, what am I doing with prostate cancer at 43? And I know there's other people out there who have even greater problems who need our services. And, you know, without us, they cannot survive. I mean, if they go to the large hospitals, Northwestern, University of Chicago, they want some type of payment. And if they can't, they'll patch them up, and then they'll say, look, you can go over to Stroger, they'll take care of you. So we do a lot with what we have, and we really don't get a lot of money. People think that we're a large taxing body, like the 10.25% of the sales tax all goes to the county. No, we get 1 cent and 3/4 of a cent on a dollar. And we do an awful lot with a little.
Are you the best man for the job of Cook County Board President?
You know, I read in the paper today, and it said the board passed a preliminary budget, and they did it with cuts, and they did it over the objections of Todd Stroger. Well, the truth of the matter is, when we met, I think it was 2 days ago, at the end of the day, we couldn't come up with any solutions. There were 3 different groups, and none of them could agree on anything. Commissioner Claypool said, well, let's just come back February 28th, and we'll settle it then. I said, no. You need to get together and meet as legislators. You talk about what you want to do, what everyone's issue is, and together you can make a difference and finish the budget. The next day we met again, ideas came out, and they passed the budget. What people fail to realize, and the papers want to ignore, is that it takes leadership to get this done. And I've been a leader for these 2 years. And it hasn't always been the same people who've passed these things. It's been different groups who have passed the legislation that we needed to pass the budget and do other things. And that's because I can get people to believe in what we need to do, what the mission is in the end.
The Republicans feel that there's pork in the budget. If you had to name, I'm not even going to ask you to name 3 things. If you had to name one thing that you would consider pork in the budget, what would it be? It's like, I know, Gerard, I can just slice this today. What would it be? Mr. Stroger, come on.
No, I couldn't name any of that, and the Republicans can't either. You know, the Republicans have sat at the table for as long as I have. They get to see all the same things I have. And it's not just the Republicans, it's also the 3 commissioners from the North who make a lot of statements. And they probably, except for probably Tim Snyder, all of them have been there for at least 4 years.
I hate to interrupt a board president, but I'm asking you to name one item of pork in the budget. Now, I looked at the budget today, 75 pages, 151 pages. I'm like, I can cut a meal or 2 here. Come on now.
Yeah, but do you know what it affects?
I'm just asking you to name one item in the budget, Mr. Stroger, that you feel is pork that could be cut. It could be a penny, it could be $100,000.
When I look at the budget, if I thought there was something that was pork, then we take it out. And you have to remember, we're dealing with 9 separate elected officials. So part of what we do is we negotiate with them to find out if they really need everything they have. But let me get back to the point I was making.
Okay.
Those county commissioners who complain, they've been here for at least 4 years, and they haven't come up with one solid thing that they can say is pork in the budget. They can only say that we're trying to do bad things, but they can't actually say. They say, oh, there's waste and there's guys not working. Well, point it out. What have you been doing for the last 4 years where you can't come to me and say, this is the problem, we need to take it out?
Is it a gamble to count on stimulus money, sir?
I think so.
You think it is?
I do.
So we should assume that stimulus money isn't even coming. Just let's balance the budget regardless of whether President Obama's going to come through with this cash.
I think
Congress
so. You know, if it comes through, then we can make some changes. We can always make changes. But once you say that there's going to be a certain amount of money that's going to be available in 3 months, and it's not available, then all of a sudden you have a problem because you've already committed your budget to it. So I hope that things work out well in Washington, but I can't put the lives of people, and if we're going to do the roads and public safety out there without knowing that it's really going to happen.
You get the last word, Mr. President. Talk to my viewers right there. Talk to them.
Well, one of the things I just would like to say is that people think that the county has been just a hotbed of politics and not caring about the people. And it's just the opposite. We have done public safety, we've done public health, and we've done it well. And I've had to make some tough changes. When we gave the hospital board the ability to run the hospital system, you know, I gave 250 jobs away with that. That is really, that's your political engine. But I saw how important it was to keep the hospital system alive.
He cares about health care in Cook County. You've been watching Garrard McClendon Live extended version this evening. We appreciate Cook County Board President Todd Stroger for being with us. Hit me at cltv.com/GML. Post a comment on my blog. You know how I always say it. I need you to stay positive, keep your head up, and always be encouraged.